In the previous session, we have discussed what is data structure, advantages and disadvantages of data structure, and what is algorithm. In this session, we are going to discuss about performance of algorithm and data structure. So, performance of the algorithm are time complexity and space complexity. So, let's see what is time complexity is. For examples, coming to a data structure concepts, we have list, queue, searching algorithms like binary search and linear search, and sorting algorithms like bubble sort, queue sort, and etc. So for an each data structures, we need to calculate the time complexity. For an example, let's take an concept of an array. I want to insert an element into an array. So by inserting an element into an array, so first we're going to create an array and based on the index, data are going to insert it. Now we have to see what is the time complexity for the given array. In which order I have inserted the element, in the linear order I have inserted the element. Now we have to calculate the time complexity for the insertion of an array. At the same time, I want to delete an element in the array. If I want to delete an element in the array, of course, I am going to start it from the first index and I am going to search the data and I am going to delete it. Even deletion also happening in the linear order. At the same time, retrieve operation, update operation. So in which order your array is performing, that's we call it as a performance of the algorithm that we are going to calculate it by using the time complexity for all the data structures. Okay, so time complexity is nothing but while you are trying to insert the data or update the data or retrieve the data or delete an data, in which order it is going to work and how much time it's going to take it off. That's what we call it as your time complexity. Space complexity is nothing but, for example, if we take an integer data type, int a is equal to 10, we know that integer data type going to occupy 4 bytes in the memory. So this is we call it as your memory space. Right? If I using an integer data type, I know it's going to occupy 4 bytes in the memory. That's we call it as your space complexity in data structure. It is the amount of memory space required by an algorithm during an execution. We call it as your space complexity. So for an each data structures, we need to calculate how much time and how much space it's need for an executing an program in the memory. We call it as your space complexity. So let's see very detailed about time complexity, how we are going to calculate it. Asymptotic notations are used for calculating your time complexity. There are three notations we have. One is big O notation, theta notations, and omega notations. So let's see what is big O, theta, and omega. So big O would be written in the format of O, theta will be written in the format of, and omega would be written in the format of omega. Now what is this constant, linear, exponential, cubic, and what all this is? If your data structure are inserting the data in the linear format, then we have to use linear. In the question mark, right? In the question mark, we can able to replace either big O notation or theta notations or omega notations. Okay. So if your data structures are trying to insert the data in the linear order, then you can say the insertion for the certain data structures are taking place in the format of O of n, theta of n, omega of n. Okay, so in the question mark you can replace any kind of notations. So let's see what is linear, cubic, and constant and everything one by one. So let's calculate the time complexity. So let's write the program in step-by-step way. Okay, consider there is a variable int n. Okay, now there is a statement called hello world. Okay, now I want to print this hello world for 10 times. So 10 times I want to print this hello world. So I'll be writing a code for int I is equal to 0, I less than n. So let's consider n is equal to 9, I plus plus. Then I'll be printing this hello world 10 times, right? So my hello world is going to print it in the step by step. So first it will print hello world and it come for the next line. Now here how the process is happening. So the process is happening in the linear way, right? First I is equal to 0. So 0 is less than 1 and then it's going on printing the data hello world. So I can see here the time complexity for the code is linear. So linear in the sense what we know n. So n in the sense 10 or 9 or 7, how many times you want to print the data. At the same time, if the data is inserting in the same order, in which order you try to insert the data, the same order elements are getting inserted. We call it as a linear, right? So that's what I have mentioned here. So here your data is printing in the linear format. So here the time complexity of this program is linear. So I can say O of n. So O means big O notation. Okay. So O of n means O of 10 times your data is getting printed. Okay, in the linear order. Okay, so first we need to find how the data is getting printing, or how data is getting arranging in the memory. So based on that we have to say the notation either big O or theta or omega. So this is we call it as a linear way. Okay, now consider for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus for int j is equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Now I'm going to say system.out.println hello world. Now I was printing the hello world. Previously I was printing the data in the linear order. Now previously n is equal to 10 means now here n became n into n, right? So 20 times it's going to print it. So this is we call it as a quadratic. So quadratic in the sense we have to write it in the format of O of n square, or we can write it in the format of O of n2 means your data is going to print double the times. Double the times means we are saying the time complexity for the given program is quadratic. So quadratic have to be written in the format of O means big O notation. Okay, so you can write big O or theta or omega. So we will be learning later when we should use big O, theta and omega, but as of now try to understand. If your data is printing double the times, then we call it as a quadratic. We have to written in the format of O of n square or O of n2. Okay, so let's see another example. See here, imagine a classroom of 100 students in which you gave your pen to one person. Now you want that pen. Here are some ways to find the pen. What's the O order? O order in the sense big O. Big O notation order. So first, in what all the ways we can able to calculate it? First we will write in the linear way and then we can find it in the quadratic way also. See, going and first see here, going and asking each student individually. So you are going to ask the each student individually means it's a linear. So the time complexity of the program is going to be linear means what I told you, big O notation, O of n. Okay. In the second way, you go and ask the first person of the class. Okay, consider this is a classroom. Okay, there are 100 students is there. Now you go and ask the first person. Okay, you're going and asking the first person in which you gave your pen to. Oh, sorry, guys. You go and ask the first person of the class if he has the pen. Okay, you're going and asking the person whether you have your pen. Also, you ask this person about other 99 people in the classroom if they have the pen and so on. Okay, what they are saying is if you are going and asking the first person whether he has a pen and you are also asking about other 99 people of the classroom whether they have pen or not, so it's just becoming double in the sense quadratic, so that's we call it as a O of n square, right? Now I divide the class into two groups, then I ask, is on the left side or the right side of the classroom? Then I take the group and divide it into two and ask again. And so on, repeat the process till you are left with one student who has your pen. And this is what we call it as a O of log n. So we saw what is linear and quadratic, right? Now we are going to see log. Log means consider you have 100 students, right? Now you are going to divide that students into left and right. So you are going to say the left it's going to be 50 and right you are going to equal to 50. Now you are going to search the pen in the left hand side as well as in the right hand side, but you divide this into one two offs and you are searching the data, right? So now you are searching the data until you get the pen. In this case, this sort of time complexity of the program is going to be O of log n. Okay, so for example, okay, consider 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. How many number of datas we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you have this data, if you want to divide this data into two offs, okay, for searching consider. For search the data who has 40, okay, we are going to search the data, 48 data in the array considered. For that what we are going to do, we are going to divide this array into two off. Two off means 6 divided by 2, 3. Okay, now what we are going to see is, so whatever data I am going to search 40, right, we are going to search it in this direction also. So consider this is left and this is right. Okay, so until you search the data in the left hand side and right hand side, that we called it as a log. So log means here in the question mark either you can have omega or theta or big O notation. Okay, so there are certain data structures while you are doing searching algorithm or sorting algorithms, in that kind of scenarios, when you try to divide those data into two ops and try to do searching, right? In that case, we will be going for an log time complexity. That's we be denoted as a log n. So if it is a linear format, if your data is arranging in the linear format, then it's going to be n. It's going to be double. Okay, then it's going to be quadric. Triple means cubic. If you are going to divide a group into two ops and going to search the data in the both the left hand side and right hand side, if you learn that sort of data structures in the future, then we are going to say log.